The story you're about to witness is called the toxic nightmare.
It really is a nightmare.
Your first reaction will probably be disbelief. It's very likely that in the next few minutes you'll be running into your garages, looking under your sinks,
checking out your bathroom cabinets, and reading the labels of your makeup and personal care products. If you have children or grandchildren, all the more reason.
So this message is both a warning and an expose. Ask yourself this: why is there such an epidemic of ADHD amongst our children?
They can't even concentrate in school anymore.
Why are there so many cancers like breast, liver, colon, kidney, and prostate at epidemic levels?
Why are birth defects and brain, liver, and kidney disease such national issues?
Sinus and asthma problems have also become major health issues.
And why are so-called old age illnesses now attacking our children?
What's going on? The short of it is that our immune systems are breaking down. Drug companies can't work fast enough to give us remedies to fix our illnesses.
The problem is that their remedies often cause side effects that are worse than the illness itself. In the next few minutes, we'll discuss a primary cause of these health issues, and then we'll discuss the solution.
We'll even touch on a way to benefit financially by becoming a part of that solution. Let's be specific. We're going to mention some seriously toxic ingredients.
We'd like to issue a challenge. Don't take our word on anything. Don't just listen to this message. Make some label comparisons. Then you'll really be shocked.
Here's a short list of the top 12 toxic ingredients you'll find in your home. In fact, we call these the Toxic 12. We'll talk about 5 of them in some detail.
Once again, check these ingredients against the products you use.
First, propylene glycol, butylene glycol, or ethylene glycol. Now run into your garage and check your antifreeze. Antifreeze is one of those glycols.
Now, check your facial cleansers, shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, underarm deodorants, and baby products. These glycols act as surfactants, wetting agents, and solvents. They penetrate the skin fast, weaken protein and cellular structure.
They're strong enough to remove barnacles from boats. The EPA warns us not to pour them into our soil, yet we smear them on our bodies. Contact with these glycols may cause brain, liver, and kidney malfunction.
Yet, about 1/3 of all the beauty and personal care products you use morning, afternoon, and evening contain them and do not have a warning label.
Why are these glycols used in such abundance? One answer: they come cheap. The non-toxic ingredients needed to replace them are far more expensive.
Now propylene glycol is being added to many of our cookies and ice cream. It keeps them softer. You put petroleum in a cookie, and 100 years from now, it'll be soft and tender. Second, sodium hydroxide. This time, check under your sink. Check out your Drano or other sink and oven cleaners. Especially check the Crystal or Dry Drano. Crystal Drano is 100% sodium hydroxide.
This is a poison. Read the warning label. Look at the skull and crossbones. Yeah, it's caustic soda lye. You'll find sodium hydroxide in most common toothpastes, especially the ones claiming total or extra whitening. I guess they figure if it cleans your drains, it'll do a good job on your teeth. It's also in many of your soaps and facial cleansers.
Third, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, or ammonium lauryl sulfate. These sulfates are strong detergents. They're used in garage floor cleaners and engine degreasers.
Yet they'll be in 90%, get that, 90% of your beauty and personal care products that foam. Why? It's the cheapest way to create foam. They're linked to eye damage, depression, diarrhea, skin irritation, and even death.
Our bodies retain these sulfates for extensive periods of time. This means that even smaller dosages amount up to higher and higher levels of toxicity in our bodies. Think of what that means to smaller bodies, like infants and children. Think of the unborn infants. Any wonder why attention deficit and learning disabilities are at epidemic proportions?
Fourth, DEA, MEA, or TEA. These are hormone-disrupting chemicals with ties to cancer. They're restricted in Europe, yet used freely in the U.S. The EPA says that repeated applications result in major increases in liver, breast, and kidney cancer.
The risk is significantly increased in children. Fifth, PEG, or polyethylene glycol. This is a carcinogenic petroleum compound that reduces the skin's natural moisture. Prolonged use seriously ages the skin. In addition, it has links to all forms of cancer.
The higher the PEG content, like PEG 20, 50, 100, or 120, the worse it becomes. Sixth, DMDM or urea. These are preservatives that release formaldehyde.
Seventh, mineral oil. It's another petroleum product that coats the skin like saran wrap. Baby oil is 100% mineral oil. Eighth, triclosan. It's a synthetic antibacterial with a chemical structure similar to Agent Orange. The EPA registers it as a pesticide.
Ninth, parabens, or anything that has paraben as part of its name. They are hormone-disrupting chemicals.
10th, isopropyl alcohol. It ages and dries the skin, promoting wrinkles and brown spots.
11th, FD and C color pigments. These are synthetic colors from coal tar. They scored the highest mark on the toxic scale.
12th, fragrances. They may contain up to 4,000 ingredients. Animal urine is most often used to create the desired smell.
Well, those are the toxic 12. There's another 100 or so that should receive dishonorable mention. Additional toxicity information can be found at safecosmetics.org. Check it out.
By the way, guess which occupational group has the youngest death rate? You probably guessed it. Cosmetologists. That's obviously due to increased exposure to these chemicals.
Just an FYI, lawyers have the next youngest death rate. You can figure that one out for yourself. You might be asking why this is allowed to take place. Easy answer. In 1938, the cosmetic industry was granted self-regulation. Nothing has changed. Since that time, we have 25,000 chemicals marketed without government intervention, regardless of what the tests show.
This is probably a good place to warn you about companies who claim their products are safe. They'll tell you not to panic, that they use food-grade or cosmetic-grade glycols, sulfates, solvents, or parabens. They'll tell you how mild they are and that the critics are going overboard. It's the same thing some said years ago about smoking. Smoking can't hurt you. Smoking's not a threat to health. Well, that certainly wasn't true. A few years from now, additional information will show that these same toxic products cause a threat, just like cigarettes and smoking. Women use nearly 200 toxic ingredients daily in their routine, and men use nearly 100. These toxins, even in mild forms, mount up, stay in our bodies, store in our cells, and break down our immune system.
One more thing. Don't get caught up in the word natural. It means almost nothing. Most of these toxins are natural. For heaven's sake, cocaine's natural.
Most people still don't know where to buy non-toxic products. It's not like you can go to drugstores or grocery stores or department stores and find replacements. Even the most expensive are often the most toxic. They might come in prettier bottles, but they're just as bad.
Companies and products like Hertz, Coke, Xerox, Q-Tip, and Kleenex have become household names for their entire industry.